When was the first time that you've seen Spider-Man? For me, it was probably the Scott Johnson design, like a lot of other people. But the first real exposure that I had to Spider-Man in moving was the Ultimate Series reruns on Disney Channel. And when Civil War came out, I, of course, because it was MCU, I watched it. I was born the same year as the MCU was born. So why wouldn't I just keep up to date with something that I quite literally grew up with? So when Spider-Man was released and the idea of who is the best live action Spider-Man online, and I was at that point I was exposed to the whole of Spider-Man and like everything that has to do with him. So I started watching more stuff. Like I watched the Tobey Maguire movies first, then I watched the Andrew Garfield movies. I watched Spectacular Spider-Man at this time, which is still amazing. And I just couldn't stop watching Spider-Man. And then as like the Tom movies came out, there was Homecoming, and then there was Infinity War, and then Endgame, and then Far From Home. All of that was phenomenal again. I really like all the MCU movies, other than Quantumania mainly because that's like very. But that's not why I'm making this video. I'm making the video about Spider-Man. Um, Then in 2018, the Marvel Spider-Man game released, and I got it as a rental from Xbox when I first played it. The Xbox Redbox when I first played it. And I beat that in like the one day that they gave me. And I just couldn't stop since then. I saved up my money so that I could get it on my PlayStation, the Game of the Year edition, so that I could have all the DLC and stuff. And I beat that story like a minimum of like 10 times at this point. I have the platinum, obviously, because it's. Yeah. And just. And also that year, another very, very minor thing came out. It was called Into the Spider-Verse. But I didn't watch it at this time because I'm an idiot. So, when I watched it a year later in, like, 2019, it instantly became my favorite movie of all time. Like, I'm talking, I watched this movie again so far, like a minimum of 15 to 20 times. I just love the movie so much. And I just, I watched it a lot. And then 2020 rolled around, COVID came up, watched it even more, played Marvel Spider-Man even more. I played the Arkham games, but again, we're not talking about characters other than Spider-Man right now. So, I didn't really have anything to do in 2020 and 2021 other than play video games, watch TV and movies, and go to school, which was online because it was 2020 and 2021. So, when I finally went back to school, I became so much more of a Spider fan. And I had so much stuff, like my pencil case was a Spider-Man case. I had like 4 pins somewhere in my backpack. I don't remember where. I just was a huge fan. And then I don't know. Nothing really came out in 2022 that I know of. But I forgot about Spider-Man Miles Morales on the PS4 and PS5. I didn't have a PS5 at the time. I do now, but I played the crap out of Miles. And my parents got me the launch edition, so I had the pre-order bonuses, and I exclusively played with the Into the Spider-Verse suit, like, or the Bodega Cat. I loved the suits in that game, and I think that was my first ever platinum trophy on PS4, and then I got the Marvel Spider-Man one. So I loved those games. And when more stuff came out, or lack thereof, more stuff, it was like only comic books and Funko Pops that came out. Um, then there was No Way Home, which brought back the three live action Spider-Man, which was so much fun to watch. I watched that opening weekend. It was my favorite experience in a movie theater ever to this day. And then 2022, not much happened that year that I can remember off the top of my head. I could be forgetting something huge. Oh wait, wasn't Marvel's Spider-Man 2 announced 2022, or was that 2021? It was one of them. And then I just kept playing the games, kept watching the movies, just kept having fun with the character. And then 2023, Across the Spider-Verse came out. I already watched that opening day with my cousin. Oh, I got the movie theater cup and stuff from the movie. That came with the bucket. Again, I love that movie so much. I have so much Spider-Man stuff in my room. Like the final swingsuit from No Way Home. It's kind of bad because it's lighting right now, but yeah, it's a character that I love, and as a great person once said, anyone can wear the mask, and also it's your actions that make you a hero. As long as you do good for the sake of doing good, you are a hero.